The European Parliament has declared Russia as a state sponsor of terror, stating that Russia has violated human rights and the international humanitarian law. President Zelensky welcomed the move and urged the United Nations Security Council to act against Russia. In a video message, the president said, and I quote, "Today is just one day, but we have received 70 missiles. That's the Russian formula of terror." End of quote. Russia has been firing missiles at Ukraine's critical infrastructure like nuclear power plants. The attack on Ukraine's prime power grid left citizens without electricity or water, with Kyiv's mayor saying that nearly 70% of the city is still without any electricity. This has caused a ripple effect across the border, with Moldova losing power across half the country. Anna Chernikova, a reporter from the Voice of America, is joining us live from Kyiv right now. Anna, give us a sense of where you are right now. We have been reading reports of massive power cuts across Ukraine because of the Russian airstrikes that have been happening. What is the current situation?
Hello. Well, I'm standing right next to one of the energy facilities that was almost hit by Russian missile for a couple of times already. I cannot, unfortunately, tell the exact location, but due to security reasons. But what I can say that yesterday it was another massive attack on the Ukraine, particularly on the Ukrainian energy infrastructure. And today, the city of Kyiv and also other cities across Ukraine are still suffering from lack of energy, electricity, and water supply. It's still a big problem. So now it's still no electricity in many cities in Ukraine for the whole day today. And water supply is also a big problem. However, most of the cities have water supply back. So what I can say is that situation is really difficult. People are really coping as much as they can. They buy generators, they buy alternative sources of energy to be able to stay at least charged and to be able to actually stay in touch with their relatives. So what I can say that
Right.
the area
Anna?
where I'm standing right now, it still has no electricity. So, well, as I already said, for today, almost the whole day, it's no electricity supply at all.
Right. So you're saying that no electricity supply almost for an entire day. So how has the life of an ordinary Ukrainian been impacted? So you're saying the place where you are, you've seen almost a 24-hour power cut. Is this the situation across different parts of Ukraine? Have yes, some parts been without electricity for 2 to 3 days? What about the water situation? What about the road and infrastructure situation?
Well, not 2 to 3 days, not yet at least. So what I can say is that now it's around 12 hours, in some places more, in some places less, but there is no electricity for around half a day now in total, if we count in hours. And unfortunately, similar situation is in very different parts of Ukraine, central part, north, west, south, and east. People are coping. Well, it's difficult. Of course, it's difficult for people. People are trying to cope as much as they can. Some people buy alternative sources of energy, like generators, for instance, to be able to at least charge their phones and to cook some easy stuff and to boil water. And also a lot of businesses, a lot of offices are also providing with generators, providing people spaces to charge and to heat.
One quick question. Does the current situation impact the Ukraine military's ability to hit back at Russia?
No, Ukrainian military continues their operations and continues their actions. It doesn't really, so they have their own separate sources of energy at the front line. And also for people, President Zelensky confirmed that it is already around 4,000 places, special points where people can come to heat and to charge. These places are around the town, and they have water supply and heat and electricity supply. So in case there is critical situation for a couple of days, people have certain place to go.
Right. Okay, Anna Chernikova, thank you very much for stepping out, giving us a sense of what's happening in Ukraine right now. Stay safe, and thanks once again for joining us.